Hi friends, welcome to day 3 of doing Codeforces until I reach a specialist. So actually I recorded a video, but I don't have voice of it. So that's so in this video we will just explore from six and from six problem of realization. So actually I already did that, but should be directly open the forces submission as a submitter. So the sixth problem is about the name is fate. So on this is the submission. When we click on that, so we directly can. So but before that, understanding the problem is very important. So let's try to answer understand the problem. Don't the name is fate. So here there are array, and in that array, uh, the uh, adjacent summation is has to be equal. If it is equal, uh, we have to print yes, otherwise we have to print no. And what's this doing actually do? She can actually permit the elements inside the array. So that means the position of the elements it doesn't matter. It only matters that after even changing the position, we get the summation. I mean, adjacent summation is equal or not. If it is equal, we have to print this. If it is not equal, we have to print that. So now let's try to understand code. So it's pretty like source. It's actually equal easy one. Yes. So okay. So for that three test cases that we have to read these things and each test case that is n. So is n actually represents the size of the array and initializing the array of size and reading the elements in the array. So I'm using map data structure. Why I'm using map data structure? Because it is only possible that if the array contains two distinct elements, then only it will be able to give the adjacent summation throughout the array as same. You can check it by yourself. Take the array with more than two distinct elements. The order is not matters. That's the point here. The order is not matters here. And yeah. So we can take so one, two, one of size three. So here it gives three and it gives two. So seven. So even if you take elements like the two, two, one, their order is not right. You can in the end you can change this array into this. So what matters here is the array contains two distinct elements and and okay, so that's why we have also considered the frequencies uh, because sometimes the frequency of an element is actually more greater than the frequency of one more greater than the frequency of another element. So that's why. So I'm taking map data structure and finding the frequencies. So if it contains exactly two elements, so then print true. As it contains greater than two elements, you can directly print one. So and if it contains exactly one element, so if only one element is repeated, one, 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 one. So the summation, exponential summation has to be same, right? So one minus one plus one, two, and one plus two. So like that. So that's why here we have to create class. And so if it is not, then you have to take the frequencies. Summation of the frequencies is actually greater than that, then you have to return no. Otherwise, you have to return s. So this is about the code and it successfully passed all the restrictions. And let's go to the sixth part, seventh one, which is don't write it down. Let's try to understand this question. And okay, it's about that we have two strings. One we called it as x and another one we call it as y. So we have to check that x string is actually a substring of x, and we have an offer here. We can concatenate the x string to itself until we get a S string. No, 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 not until we get the S string inside the S string. Until and product of NM is actually less than 20. Yes, this is okay. Uh, if we get the S in a concatenation of X in certain number of concatenation operations, like a minimum number of concatenation operations, we can print that minimum number. Otherwise, we have to print minus. So, so yes, we just directly print check the resist present inside the X. But here, this plays a major role. Doing uses of while loop, you can either use while loop or the for loop. As we know that number of test cases, so we can use simply use while loop. I mean, sorry, for loop. How many number of test cases? It actually is than 25. So less than 25, if you even take the size of x actually equal to 1, after concatenation operation, its size actually becomes 2. So 2 to the power of, and after this concatenation operation, it becomes like 4. And after concatenation operation, that 4 becomes 8, and 8 becomes, okay, let me try to explain it again. So check, see here. So if we perform the concatenation operation uh, of length x, so imagine that x has a length x, length 1. So if after performing the concatenation operation, I get length 2. So after performing the concatenation operation, x plus x, so I get length 4. After performing the concatenation operation of this 4, I get for this 8. After performing the concatenation operation, I get 8 to 60. And after that, I get 16 to 32. So we have only performed the operation where it is less than or equal to 25. So where n and product is less than or equal to 20. So that means we can only perform the operation one time, two times, three times, four times, and 5 times. Yes, we can only perform the able to perform the operation in 5 times, not more than 5 times. So that's why let's try to understand the code here. Okay. Yes. Uh, See that I'm reading these tools and this views I was actually free from Utah, so that's why I'm sharing this and users. B is equal to 1 is equal to S, which goes that yeah, we see that it's very and we should so for that. So I'm reading, I have to perform the operation 5 times. So write a loop which going to perform for loops which perform the operation 5 times. So for each time we have to check whether f is the substring of x. Uh, it's not equal, like this can actually check whether f is the substring of x. And here string dot n position, string out of string position. And this string is certain contains like and it's data. So we call it as n position and course, so which is certain string and name score. So that's right. So whenever it's present, you can actually break the loop and use the loops. So which actually tells that it's actually false inside. So whenever we use the computer, we have to use the minimum count. Otherwise, we have to perform the concatenation operation and that's count, right? Throughout this process. So we have to even if we are not able to find, we have to so that of course use which and all sorry got accepted. So let's try to move on to the next one. How much does Daytona cost? So yes, it is not that much risky. I mean, that much tough. Here also, it's depending upon understanding the consequences. Uh, let's see here. So the yes, we can directly go to the questions. So I'm aware of this question. So we have integer which has sequence and number of occurrences of sequence will vary in the number of occurrences of any other sequence in output. So like here, this 5 is the number of fragments that are inside the array, and 4 is the element which occurred inside the array. If it is occurred inside the array, we have to print what? We have to print S. If it is not occurred, we have to check here. So one is not occurred inside these array. So these 2, 3, 4 elements, one is not there. So print no. So here also it is not the print no. So here 5 is there, print S. And here 1 is there, print S. And here 3 is there, print S. 5 and 3 is there. Here also S. So it's just finding whether the element is present inside the array. Yes, it's just simple as that. Just try to open the code. Actually, you can do it by yourself, particularly this one. So, test cases. What? Okay, okay. That's right. And actually, in the previous code was where I did that X1, so that's why it's not actually get first one. So, but so it will be accepted here. So, n and k values. N is the number of elements inside the array, and k is the most frequently occurred element as per the question. Okay. So we have to check whether the things actually exist inside the n. Okay. That's further. So while I am taking the input, I'm actually checking our taken input actually be equal to k. So if it is equal to k, then we have to write b is equal to false. Whenever the b is equal to false, we have to print s. A is actually fine inside the array. So that's it. Like S. Otherwise, we are doing that. So it's just in the end, it's just finding the element inside the array, right? So now the final one rules of vectors, which is a 9 to the of DLU CPC 31 on 800 and on flex and 800. So, okay, let's go on the next question. It's about, yes, it's about vectors, rules and there is one team. There are a number of teams. In this number of teams, they actually play. And the coach, work of which is actually noted the points of efficiencies of both uh, among all teams. And he missed one, noting that he missed that by he didn't no, he didn't like how can I say. So forget about this. Just let's read this publishing. Which they are entering the tournament. Each pair of teams match up once. So after each match, this bar actually I call it as whoever marks noted marks. So call this. So whatever it is. So bar receives two integers as the result of the match the number of goals that two elements scored during the match. The efficiency of team is equal to the number of goals the team scores in each of its match minus the number of goals they lost. So number of goals they did, and number of goals they are both and goals they did. It's nothing but number of goals they lose. So it's about their efficiency, right? So if he has n minus one efficiency, we don't have nth efficiency. Of that nth efficiency, we have to find. So it's simple. So we have to think there are n teams. If there are n teams exist, we have their efficiencies. In the end, the sum of the efficiencies has to be zero. So for that, we have to find the sum of the given n minus one efficiencies and return the sum, which is actually the which is actually equal to the missing efficiency. So for that, we have to find that. So we just only have to remember the sum of their efficiency to calculate because let me take there are two tools A and B. A got n number of scores and B got n number of scores. And the A efficiency is actually equal to n minus m. So let me so imagine we have two teams. I call it as A and B. So the A scores in first match, A scores 4 goals and B scores 5 goals. Okay, in first match. And so the efficiency of A is actually equal to 4 minus 5. And the efficiency of B is actually equal to 5 minus 4. So ultimately, their efficiency has to be zero, right? So this plus one minus one plus one minus one. Their efficiency has to be zero. Also, these simple logic we are actually case which to solve this. So, okay, see, we just have to find the sums and in the end, we have to return the sum, negation of the sum. So that's about it. Greatly of doing purposes. Actually, I recorded a video on doing these sums on doing it, but I don't have voice of it. So that's why just explaining the code to us. So I hope you understand it from the model and it is and along with this, you have to do sums on modular arithmetics because it's the basic which we have to know. But we could do. Yeah, I hope you can understand this video. And thank you for watching. Please.